Hi everyone, Callum here from Total Endurance. So I made a quick video to chat you through the brand new Cloudsurfer from On. So a very new shoe. There have been Cloudsurfers in the past. Personally, I wouldn't really compare the two shoes because in my eyes they've just reused the name for a completely different shoe. So I guess we'll just dive kind of straight in there. The midsole has completely changed in comparison to a lot of other Ons. They're now using something called CloudTecPhase. So the idea with CloudTecPhase is these little kind of holes, they work a little bit like dominoes. So as they compress, they kind of hit each other and then you roll forward. So it's trying to get you from your heel midfoot to your forefoot as kind of quickly as possible. What you can also see, there's a big kind of rocker on it. So the curvature in the heel, curvature in the forefoot, it's just trying to roll you from your heel midfoot to your forefoot as quickly as it possibly can. I've done a reasonable amount of miles in it now, and it's quite a unique feeling if you've never tried it before. So a really cool thing. If we kind of flip the shoe over and go to the bottom of it, they've filled in the channel. So if you've been one of those people who get stones stuck in your shoes constantly, although there's a little channel in it, since it's largely filled in now, you're very unlikely to get any stones stuck in there. Certainly all the runs I've done, I'm yet to get anything stuck in it, so that's really cool. In terms of grip, I was a little bit dubious to begin with because it just looks quite a minimal sort of rubber outsole, but I've actually had no issues with grip whatsoever on it. So it's actually been, especially on the forefoot, there's quite a lot of this rubber outsole. So it actually provided plenty of grip, especially on that toe off, and I personally never really had an issue. So flipping it back around, I forgot to actually mention as well the speedboard in it. So this is another probably most important thing about this shoe, is they've actually removed the speedboard. So just to show you, so every On other than the Surfer has a almost like plastic part to the shoe that runs through it. A lot of them you can't see it. The Cloud Boom, you can see the carbon plate a little bit more obvious, but every On has this speedboard that runs through it. So it does a couple things. The stability shoes, it's a little bit wider, provides a bit of stability from side to side, and it also provides a bit of responsiveness. So as you roll from your heel to your forefoot, that just loads like a spring. So kind of what gives it that snappy feeling. A slight negative side to it is some people will just find that speedboard is too firm. So on some of the shoes, especially some more minimal ones, there's no sort of cushioning. There's just kind of the insole, and then you can feel the speedboard underneath, which then means it can have a firmer feeling in comparison to a lot of other brands. So if you're someone who likes really soft shoes, perhaps before you maybe didn't like On, and now they have got a shoe that doesn't have a speedboard in it. So by providing this kind of CloudTecPhase, the rocker on it, it still gives you a bit of responsiveness without that speedboard. And now because they've removed that speedboard, it feels soft underfoot. So it's, from my point of view, I think it's it's softer than a Cloud Monster, and about as plush an On I've felt personally. So for me, it's going to actually open this shoe up to loads of different people. If you kind of really like those just really kind of soft plodding shoes, then actually you're going to get that with this shoe as well. In terms of fit, a little bit wider actually as well. It's got quite a wide toe box. The tongue's really nice and plush. Again, heel counter nice and plush, and it just locks down really well, which is what I really like about this shoe. And actually the weight of it is something which I've again not talked about as of yet. It is very light for a soft shoe. So the men's is 245 it comes in, and the ladies 205. So for quite a plush soft shoe, it's pretty light. So kind of what I would use this shoe for, it's kind of long runs into tempo runs. So because it is still quite lightweight for me, because I like softer shoes, I would typically still use it for kind of a tempo run, and I use it frequently for my easy jogs, just 4 or 5 mile loop. and for a lot of people, I think they will be able to go much longer in this shoe than maybe some other Ons in the past. A couple other things to think about: stability of it. Because they've removed that speedboard from the shoe, there's less stability, I would say, in comparison to a lot of other shoes. So we've had people in for some gait analysis before, and because there's a lot more movement in the cushioning, we have seen a lot of people, if they need stability, this is not the shoe for you. And we've seen a lot of that movement inwards or outwards because you've removed some of the structure from the shoe. So if you're kind of not a neutral runner, you tend to overpronate, it's probably probably not the shoe for you. But yeah, a really awesome shoe from On, completely different to any other On I think they've ever done. So if you've maybe you don't run an On anymore because you just didn't get along with them, personally that's still a really good option to try, and it might bring you back to On. And equally, if you're a big kind of die-hard On fan like myself, you're still going to get along with it. So yeah, feel free to pop in for gait analysis, or we can get you on the treadmill to give the new Cloudsurfer a go.